I'm going to give WWE this. Okay, wrestling fans. Before we even really get in depth into this review, I'm going to give WWE this. They tried. They tried. Some people out there might not say that they did, but they did. At least before Evolution started. Okay? Forget about my usual stuff that I say before I start the reviews, because you all already know what to do to subscribe and follow me on Facebook and Twitter at 2007 Webby. And it's all much appreciated. Forget about me plugging all that stuff. WWE tonight, they tried before Evolution. If you watched the pre-show, you saw red carpet. It was like the Hall of Fame for the women's division. It was one big, huge anniversary. All the women, past and present, walking on the red carpet. Happy, smiley, jolly-go-lucky. Interviews galore. And then back and forth, Michael Cole and other women on the panel. Coach wasn't even there. You know, you pretty much had women on the panel talking, building up hype for the show. You really thought it was going to be this big, huge, spectacular of a show, right? WWE made it huge before the show. What happens, wrestling fans? We get to the show. We get to Evolution. And I feel sorry. Sorry for every woman that took place in that show. Now, don't get me wrong when I say that. Don't get me wrong. They all worked really hard. They did. You know, Becky versus Charlotte. Some of you might have wanted Charlotte to win, but Becky versus Charlotte was a pretty good contest, and the right woman won, with Becky retaining the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. It was a good move with her winning. She didn't need to drop that title, not with the momentum that she has right now. We saw some good, epic wrestling with Shayna Baszler and Kairi Sane and Toni Storm and Io Shirai. Saw some great wrestling there. Toni Storm, Mae Young Classic winner. Shayna Baszler, the new NXT champion. But overall, I feel sorry for these women. I do. Take the lighting, for example. It looked like a house show. You go back. I'm serious when I say this. If you have the network, or if you have access to a network, or if you have access to YouTube and you can watch clips of it, you go back and you watch when matches are going on. It looked like a house show. You couldn't see past the second or third row. You couldn't. Very rarely is it ever that way. I mean, part of the time during this pay-per-view, the cameras looked blurry. It was like Back to the Future. Some of you might disagree with that, but if WWE put care and actually showed genuine excitement into this pay-per-view, it wouldn't have looked that way. They clearly have their eyes on Crown Jewel. Now, some of you are probably going to say, well, Webby, we already know that. That's what they've been building. They've barely paid any attention to Evolution. No one has really even taken a glimpse of Evolution. That's why scalpers bought 3,000 tickets. A report saying that. And was having a hard time selling them. Look, I'm saying right now, the way that show looked, just camera and lighting, was bad quality. And then you look at the Battle Royal. Okay? The Battle Royal. Whether you are an NXT fan or not, okay, wrestling fans, whether you are an NXT fan or not, and I don't know how many times us wrestling podcasters out there have to repeat ourselves. We're tired of seeing the same old stuff. And WWE, that's pretty much what you gave to us tonight with the Battle Royal. As I stated on Twitter, the Battle Royal winner was nothing more than a Total Divas winner. That's it. Something that you can take the Total Divas and play off of. Ember Moon deserved that victory. Whether you are an NXT fan or not, how hard, how loud they were chanting NXT during that small part where Ember Moon and Asuka were staring each other down, spoke volume and shows you who the fans really wanted to win that. And instead, WWE's going right back to the well, back to something we've already seen in Nia Jax versus Ronda Rousey. The only positive thing that I see out of that is that we can get that out of the way at the Survivor Series in a small build and save a larger build for a fresh matchup for someone else. Because it would be, as Girl Monsoon would say, a miscarriage of justice to take an Ember Moon or a Sasha Banks or Bayley or someone like that who has not had a championship title matchup against Ronda Rousey and give them a 2-week build just going into Survivor Series. It would be a very bad thing in the eyes of the fans. So, in that sense, it's good that Nia Jax won, but Ember Moon or Asuka should have picked up the victory in this matchup. Now, Trish Stratus and Lita took on Alicia Fox and Mickie James. This contest, we all knew Trish Stratus and Lita was going to win. I mean, we did. It's cool seeing Trish Stratus and Lita back in the ring one time. I'm sure we'll see them again. Royal Rumble, all the Women's Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, something along those lines. But Trish Stratus and Lita pick up the victory here. And it wasn't a bad matchup. It made it a little more predictable who was going to win when we saw that Alexa Bliss was still not cleared to compete from her concussion that she suffered at a house show. So Trish Stratus and Lita win with the chick kick or Stratusfaction, whichever move you really wanted to call it, because they hit so many finishers right there at the end to Alicia Fox and Mickie James. They had all finished them off. But there was one part of the match that really stood out, and that was when Alicia Fox botched, and the ref pretty much said that it was a 2 count when Mickie James didn't put her shoulder up, and Alicia Fox didn't hit Trish at all. So I noticed that, but whatever the case, Trish and Lita victorious. Toni Storm and took on Io Shirai. Very good contest. Very intriguing contest for the wrestling fans, and it did keep us on the edge of our seats throughout this matchup. Look, there's one thing I want to say, though, about this match and the Shayna Baszler versus Kairi Sane matchup. I hate seeing what these women do in this type of match, because once they come up to the main roster, it's done. It's done. That type of action, you're not going to see it anymore. I mean, that was some great work inside the squared circle. You're not going to see that on the main roster on SmackDown or a Monday Night Raw. So it's a shame that it kind of just ends here with that, or it ends with when they stop being in NXT. It's just kind of a sad state of affair. But while they're still there, while they're still in the Mae Young Classic and down just in under Triple H's wing, get to enjoy it. And Toni Storm victorious, Mae Young Classic winner, and Shayna Baszler, new NXT champion. One matchup that is very intriguing and was on the heart and souls of a lot of wrestling fans on this pay-per-view, probably the most out of every one of the matches. was Charlotte versus Becky Lynch. Now, this contest, last woman standing match, it was okay. I mean, there wasn't any spots that I would genuinely give this is awesome chant to or anything of that nature. But it was an all right match, you know. Like I said earlier, the right woman won. WWE did the right thing. They didn't need to kill Becky's momentum here. Now, I still think Charlotte somehow will get another chance at the SmackDown Live Women's Championship at Survivor Series. Somehow they'll pull that off. I could be wrong, but she worked so hard. She was such a hard fighter that she deserves another shot at the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. She came so close to capturing the gold that she deserves a title shot. You watch. Ronda Rousey takes on Nikki Bella. And what can you say about this matchup? Pretty much nothing. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Now, if you want somebody that's going to go out there and talk a bunch about this hunk of garbage, then go to someone else's channel because I'm not one of them. Ronda Rousey versus Nikki Bella, or the Bella Twins, because she took on both of them pretty much tonight, was a load of crap. And Ronda Rousey victorious. We all knew it was going to happen. Congratulations, Ronda Rousey. Now you can go to the 32nd annual Survivor Series, and we can see a rematch between you and the unstoppable force, Nia Jax, who smiles when she comes down to the ring and is an unbelievable, unstoppable force. Whatever the case, Nikki Bella tapped out before the armbar was even applied. The one thing I am going to say, though, for all you fans that said that it was going to be over in 30 seconds, I told you, if they let Alexa Bliss get offense on Ronda Rousey, they would let Nikki Bella. Simple as that. And that's your all women's first ever pay-per-view Evolution review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment below, and don't forget to join me on my journey right here on YouTube by subscribing. And until I see you again tomorrow for Raw review, this is Webby, and I'll catch you on the other side. Talk to you later.